as she's actually talking, it does not make me feel like there is much of a connection between her feelings towards her friends, personally. Or, you know, something about the way she's talking. Our friend. He clearly liked her more than a friend. I don't know, it just feels one-sided. I mean, he was one-sided, but still. And your sister and I were a friend. Whoever the third person is, you are not important in the story, go away. Without another moment of hesitation, or listening to Satoshi's, you know, word of advice, Ayumi ran the blade against her palm. Warm blood flowed from the cut. Ayumi squeezed her hand into a fist and sprinkled her blood all over the pentagram. Then she picked up the black book and handed it to Satoshi, making him technically an accomplice in all this now. Now I just need to chant the spell, Moshida. I need you to hold up the book so I can read the notes without getting blood on the pages. I don't know what would happen if she got blood on the pages. Like this. Don't interrupt the incantations, alright? The punishment for interruption, a spell, can be severe. Yes, everyone, please do remember, don't interrupt Ayumi. Bad things always happen. What do you mean? Satoshi, I doubt she's gonna tell you. It won't matter if we're careful. We must succeed. Again, sounding slightly psycho here. Ayumi began to chant in the language that Satoshi didn't recognize. She seemed to be putting pressure on the cut on her hand as she did so. An unfamiliar room seemed to draw itself on the air over Ayumi's throat. Ugh. It pulsed with a red light and Ayumi recoiled. Yeah! Shinozaki! Wait, I can still do this! Ayumi continued to chant and gesture, trying to ignore the pulsing light coming from the room. Another rune drew itself over Ayumi's stomach. Uh-oh. And it began to pulse with light and heat as well. Yeah! Shinozaki, stop casting the spell! No, we're so close. I can't stop now. Besides, when has she ever listened? Desperately trying to ignore the runes, Ayumi continued casting the spell. However, the pulsing light burned brighter. Each time, the heat in the room became unbearable and pain lanced through Ayumi. Yeah! No, I don't want to die. You technically should have thought that before you started the ritual, sweetie. Shinozaki! Satoshi dropped the black book and reached for Ayumi. She was cringing in pain, having lost the will to continue the ritual. Now, imagine now a list of options has popped up on the screen. Now, what do you believe our dear little hero Satoshi is going to do? Is he going to do the smart thing, which is don't do anything at all and don't interrupt the ritual? 2, is he going to actually probably jump in and try and save her? Or 3, he's going to do something that's going to end up getting him killed or her? Technically that sounds just like the second option, but either way. So, as Satoshi normally does, he chose. Shinozaki, what's going on? I don't want to die. Make it stop. The glowing runes in the air over Ayumi began to flash brighter, and it looked as if they were about to explode. Now everyone, what did he choose? Let's find out what option he went for. Remember, he was not allowed to interrupt the ritual. No, I've lost enough people today. Satoshi tackled Ayumi. Yep, he did the stupid thing. Knocking her out of the pentagram, pinning her to the floor. In a different situation, she might be very flattered, but this isn't the time. Gah! Satoshi forced himself to his feet and stepped back from Ayumi, worried he had hurt her. Shinozaki, are you alright? I think so. A strange silence passed. Oh, he's about to regret doing that. Moshida? The 2 glowing runes reappeared. Before Ayumi could say anything, they bursted into flames, and Satoshi was trapped in the inferno. Ayumi sat dumbfounded as Satoshi convulsed with pain and burnt into a blackened husk, within seconds collapsing to the floor. What? No! No! Ayumi stumbled to her feet and ran for the door, wanting to escape the grisly sight. However, she tripped on something and landed on her face. Pulling herself up on her elbows, Ayumi looked at what she tripped on. The black book remained on the floor where Satoshi had dropped it. Its presence felt like a taunt to Ayumi. But when Ayumi reached to grab it, the tome disappeared. Defeated, Ayumi lowered her head to the floor. The book and the flames were gone, leaving only the charred remains of her friend. Why is this happening to me? Well, sweetie, that's what happens when you mess with black magic. This is why you gotta always have an adult present. And that, of course, was Chapter 0. Black magic. So, Ayumi, of course, tries desperately to try and resurrect her friends. She does feel very responsible for their death. Again, you'd have to play the very first corpse story to understand fully what is going on. Again, in Blood Drive, it's actually fully explained how Ayumi is responsible and her connection to none other than Sachiko. But we're not here for that. In that chapter alone, Ayumi obviously discovers that messing with the Black Book was a big, bad idea. Either she chanted something wrong, or it's just the fact that she couldn't cope with all the pain, and she stopped chanting. The pain became too much, and it was up to Satoshi to step in, but of course when he interrupted the ritual, it instead went after him, and obviously she lost another friend. So, was trying to revive them really worth the price that, she had to pay in the end? Instead of there being just 2 people that were dead, there were now 3. Not mention the other person is still a mystery. So now it's Satoshi, Yuka, and Yoshiki who are all dead. Satoshi's death could have been prevented if she hadn't tried to resurrect them to begin with. But hey, that's what you get for messing with black magic. So I'll see you guys in the next chapter.